Hello, welcome to Simulated Heaven. This is my first impressions of a game called City Car Driving. If you Google City Car Driving, the website for this game will come up. It will tell you how much it is to buy. I believe it's about $25 US, something like that. I'm driving with a T500 RS steering wheel and I'm using Track IR so that the camera will move with my head. Both these things I highly recommend because it means that the gameplay is much more immersive. You can drive using other things other than a steering wheel, but for me I find it very immersive. As you can see, I'm driving a generic European saloon car from the 90s. That's what it seems like to me anyway. This game, you have indicators, you have a horn as you can hear, you have hazard warning lights, indicators, you know, all the basic features that a car would have. You have windscreen wipers and everything. You even have to put on your seatbelt before you start driving in this game. You have to put on your seatbelt. As you can see, I'm driving using a clutch, a brake and an accelerator. I say as you can see because if you look to the bottom left of my screen, there are 3 bars from left to right that will indicate the clutch, the brake and the accelerator. This game does offer you realistic driving gameplay in that you need to use a clutch. If you don't use the clutch, the car will stall. As you'll see here, I was driving down to the traffic lights. I'm actually sitting on a chair that has wheels on it, so my chair started to move away from my pedals and my feet slipped off the clutch and then the car stalled and I'm rolling. So that's a good example as to how they try to make it realistic in that, you know, as close to driving a real car as possible. Of course the handling is not great like a real car. The force feedback in this game is okay but not great, and the handling is okay but not great. But it doesn't really matter if you're just after a good driving experience, because you don't really have to drive on motorways a lot. You're driving most within a city, so I find that the handling is not great, but it's not really a big issue. I find that I'm still quite immersed in the game. The reason that this is a first impressions is because I have only really tried the free driving like this, where you just drive around. There is a series of challenges that you need to do to unlock more cars. So I will be doing other videos on this game to show you the challenges, to show you the other vehicles that I unlock and the other vehicles in the game. So watch out for that on my channel. Now, as you can see, there's quite a lot of traffic in the game. The AI is not always great, they're not always predictable, they do glitch around a little bit, but then, you know, it's not that bad. And it's kind of nice having a game where there's a lot of cars that populate. There is not a multiplayer mode in this game, everything is single player. In the future it would be great if they could add that kind of functionality, but right now it's essentially a single player game. Now, as you can see, the interior modeling in this game I think is pretty good. For a simulation game, the interiors look pretty nice to me. The actual graphics in general, the cars, they are modeled pretty well. It's not like GT5, but it looks pretty good to me for a simulation game. Environments as well are not bad, not great. I wouldn't say the graphics are a great kind of feature of this game, but they're certainly good enough, you know, for you to feel immersed in this environment. It would be better if they had other maps. I believe they only have 1 map, so it would be great if they added more maps. And also here I decided to run over a guy because I get lots of people asking me in this game what happens when you run people over. As you can see, there's not much that happens. There's an animation, but not that great. But people always ask me that. They also always ask me what happens, you know, is there police in the game? There are not any kind of real physical police in this game, but you do get fined anytime you do anything wrong. You get a fine comes up on your screen. So that's, you know, that's what happens with those things. It would be great in the future if they could add real physical policemen, but I think that's quite far in the future. It seems like this game is made by quite an indie small developer. They don't have a big budget, so I think they've done pretty well. Just to let you know, during this video I start the video by driving quite normally, and then as you can see I start driving more crazily because I want to show you the different ways that you can play this game, or the different driving experiences, how the game responds when you drive normally and when you drive crazily. So I believe as the video goes on I start to drive more crazily and I start to follow the rules less and less. And yeah, like I was saying, it'd be great if they added more maps. This game can be modded, but it's not easy to mod, and I believe no one has brought out a map yet for this game, like a modded map. It would be great if they actually made this game easier to mod, and if other people started to bring out extra maps and things. That would really help me to feel that this game would last me a lot longer. I'm hoping when I do the challenge mode that gives me more things for me to do to really make me want to play this game for longer. Because if all that you do is just kind of free driving, because of the fact there's only one map, I think after a while you get bored. I mean, I think when I unlock all the cars, it's about 7 vehicles, roughly about that in the game. You can add modded vehicles, so that would also help for the game to stay interesting for longer. So I am going to look into adding modded cars, but I thought first I would try to play the game as it is vanilla and see how I like it. I would say that if you're interested in the idea of a driving simulator game, then this game so far seems pretty good. I mean, I did another video on this game on my other YouTube account, AsiaBoy2008, and it got 330 views so far, 330,000 views so far. So I think a lot of people don't realise how popular these kind of games are, and this is kind of why I started this new YouTube channel, Simulated Heaven, because I really want to address this community and show you guys lots of obscure simulator games as well as the more mainstream popular games. And this is certainly one of the more obscure games that when people find out about it, they do seem to have a lot of interest in it. So yeah, so I would say that my first impressions are very good. I will do some more videos about this game when I play more of the game to let you guys know more of the features. But you know, I'm certainly having a lot of fun in the free driving, and hopefully I can find ways to continue this, you know, to continue my interest in the game. Now, right now I believe I get to the point where I'm just driving very fast here, just to show you guys how fast you can go. This is me driving kind of crazy. As you can see. And the AI is, you know, it's like I said, they do glitch out from time to time, and that was me. And I crashed here and I was like, okay, that's what happens when you crash. So you can see there's some kind of a physical damage to the vehicle. They do model it, but it's not great. It's okay, you know, at least they do put some kind of a damage kind of modeling in the game. I don't think it affects the performance of the car though, you know, but at least they do have some visual representation. I think you do have to give this game some credit because, like I said, I believe it's made by quite a small developer. They probably don't have a lot of money, like a big budget, so I think they've done a good job with the kind of budget that they have. I mean, I think quite a lot of these simulator games that are quite obscure, they don't really have a lot of money, and they're trying to build up a fan base to, you know, earn enough money to kind of keep improving their game. So hopefully if enough people buy this game, they might be able to continue to develop it and to improve it. And like I said, I do think there's a lot of interest out there for this game, or for these kind of games. I mean, it's not a racing game. It's, you know, a car driving game, like a simulator game, where you are trying to realistically drive around in a computerized environment. And my idea there was to try to drive on the grass, go around the outside of the larder, but I kind of messed it up there, so I'm trying to just show you guys how to drive pretty crazy. If you guys have any videos that you'd like me to make on this game, you can let me know in the comments or send me a message, or if you have any questions about the game, you can ask me and I will try to answer as best I can. I know that this is only my first impressions, and you see there that AI was kind of glitching a little bit. These are only my first impressions. I've not really covered everything very carefully, just kind of giving you my ideas on the game, and hopefully for those of you interested in these kind of games, it might just give you a taster for what this game could be like. Like I said, I will be trying to follow up this video with other videos to show you more info. Now I'm going to park up now. I came to park up and I saw this guy and I thought, okay, if I can beat my horn, maybe he will move. Let's see if the AI in the game will move for you. And the answer to that question is no. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.